I don't know where the other one is.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I gotta.
oh, fuck.
Uh, I can find it real quick. Hold on.
And Brad Hirsch one. Just feel like I'm waiting for
Shh,
a
shh, shh.
funeral.
It's on. Here we go. And there we go. Oh, what is going on?
Not much. How are you this evening?
Man, I am fantastic.
Oh, wonderful.
I couldn't be any better. I guess I could. I could be someplace warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting ready to get cold here, man.
You didn't get much snow though, did you?
Nah. What, maybe maybe an inch and a half, but it was what's up, Carson? First one in. Um it was gone by the end of the day. Most of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you still see but I think it's supposed to get cold again.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, my driveway, we've gotten a little bit of snow and I didn't get out there. No one got out there and it gets packed down and now it's like ice and there's like no sign of a let up really anytime soon.
Oh yeah, you're a little colder plus being right off that river. That
hmm
doesn't help.
Probably not.
Nah, nah.
And the way my house faces, it's just like Decatur. You know, one day I want a house where the sun melts the driveway, but I always seem to be facing away from it. The house blocks it.
Man, your last one, it sure did. You had to shovel that.
Oh, if I didn't shovel the driveway, I'd have snow on there till June. It
Yeah.
just would not go away.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. That was kind of I mean, not it was funny to me because like, you know, mine saw the sun
Oh yeah.
and
Y-
mine would all melt and then Evan would have to but I you know, in fairness, I usually came out and helped you until you got the snowblower.
Yeah. I finally threw that away 2 years ago. I couldn't get it to run anymore, and I had another one. I It was falling apart, and I threw that away. And I'm like, I'm taking my chances this year. Just whatever happens, happens. You know. If
Uh
I can't get out, I'm not going anywhere anyway. So not my problem.
yeah, that's right. Um you know what on that blower though because that was what kind was that? A Toro?
I had that old Toro from the late '70s, and finally I couldn't get to run anymore. And a guy at work is really into small engines. He's like, he's got these little reed valves that like I don't know, but he said they get to the point they get really stiff and they don't work anymore, and it's really hard to get them running. And I'm like, I junked the thing. I tore it into. I mean, I've got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to fix this. Let's have fun and let's just destroy it because that's kind of fun sometimes. So I did that. But when we bought this house a couple years ago, I'm like, I want a cheap, big ass snow blower just in case we get something stupid up here. So I found this old snapper in this tiny little lake, and it's like 10, 15 minutes away. Old snapper. I bought it for $100, and this thing was like old. It looked really, really mint. So anyway, last year I finally got it out for like the first time and tried to use it and stuff, and the thing kept falling apart. The muffler kept falling apart. Everything kept falling off of it, and and then yeah, I'm Loctiting everything to keep it together, and it's so damn loud. And then you got these like handles where you have like a cable that one does the drive action and the
Right.
other does the blower action. Well, the one that does the blower it goes into this case in the bottom. The whole cable snapped or whatever. This there was like parts in the bottom of the box in there, and I took it up. I'm like, I can't find a manual online. I have no idea. So I gave it to the scrapper. I tried, man, but I think I really lost on that one. I used it like 3 times for $100.
Now that Toro, I had like two of those, and I could not keep them things running, man. I'd end up getting so mad. I'd end up like chucking it in the middle of the yard because, like you said, they were just so sensitive, and you
Yeah.
had to have them dialed in. And it's like, come on, man, it's a snowblower.
My dad had that one dialed in, but really, if you went like, you really need once in the summer to fire it up and run it for a little bit because like once a year, getting that thing out, the next day your
Yeah,
arm is sore from yanking on that cord and you're just standing out there freezing and just yanking on the thing and priming it and priming it and priming it. There's such a pain in the ass, but we used that thing for decades. It was just one of them things that was a pain in the ass. And my dad bought a nicer one and gave me that one. And I got a couple years out of it and I destroyed. I still have the motor from. I'm gonna take it apart one day. Make a little keychain out of the piston or something.
so Evan, we are going uh, against primetime football for the next few weeks.
I'm not worried.
Me neither. Um, although I think Super Bowl will do what we did last year and not do a live show on the Super Bowl,
Uh huh.
but I'm gonna do something to you. I'm gonna make you watch it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So,
Dude,
and I'm gonna get your. I tell you what, you can cheat. You can go watch the highlights, but you got to watch all the Super Bowl commercials. So you'll probably have to go online the next day,
hmm.
Monday morning, and watch all the Super Bowl commercials, which will probably be on YouTube. So
Yeah. I could handle watching. I haven't watched it in probably a decade. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched the Super Bowl.
dude, I don't even know who's like in the playoffs.
And
I think San Francisco is, and I don't know. I'm not.
always bet on the Patriots.
I don't.
The
I don't.
Patriots always win when
Yeah,
they're up.
yeah. I think that was when they had Tom Brady, though.
I don't know.
So
They always won.
yeah,
Patriots always won.
yeah. Which I don't know. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you like any of the players' names because I just and one thing that I have done that I used to be real preachy in my anti-sports thing, and okay, he goes, Eagles so far are going to the Super Bowl. Okay, see, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to guess the Eagles.
Okay, they'll win.
You think they'll win?
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to take the other team. So whoever that is, it would be San Francisco and somebody. Now, I used to be a big football fan. And I tell you what killed it for me. Uh, he said Chiefs and Bengals are duking it out now. Oh, that's what uh, listener Claudia is a big Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Mm.
It just killed me. Um, I bought a Joe Montana 49er jersey on that authentic one. This was probably back in, whenever Joe Montana was playing. And I wasn't making big money, and them things were expensive. Back then, they were like 90 something bucks. So I buy this thing, and he goes to fucking Kansas City Chiefs. It pissed me off.
That's cold.
Yeah, so when they got into that, where it was no longer the same team, kind of like in baseball, because in baseball, man, that group of guys would be together 5, 6 seasons, and then when the free trade and all that shit came across to me, it just I don't know. But but And then I got real preachy about being anti-sports. And, I'd almost tell people, oh, you're stupid for watching sports. But I quit doing that because the way I look at it, life is a big shit show.
Hmm.
And wherever you get your entertainment, if ain't nobody getting hurt, I ain't mad at you. Do what you want.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy. We only have a limited amount of time, and it's not getting better. And
Right.
if watching football and knowing that the statistics of all this shit makes you happy, then rock on. I'm playing with 50-year-old junk cars, and I'm going to continue because it makes me happy. And you know what? Fuck it.
Uh, I before we started and before it's kind of funny. You're talking about doing stuff like that, and because I am 44 days I'm 44 days into my final days of my 40s.
Hmm.
And 40 when I wake up tomorrow, it'll be 43 days, and I will be 50 years old. So for some reason, I get this thing today in an email from Mike Argachu, life coach, busting myths about aging. Over 50s prove age is just a number with exciting new challenges. And it says a recent survey conducted among 2,000 adults over the age of 50 has revealed that seniors. So what? That's a senior now?
Yeah, you start getting a discount.
Are becoming more adventurous with their hobbies and interests, adding marathons, no, hang gliding. Oh, that's hang gliding and not hand gliding. I always
Oh, so
called it hand gliding.
so it's
H
hang gliding.
it's HANG.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
I was today's years old when I knew that. I thought it was hand gliding because you held on with your fucking hands.
No, I thought you were hanging there. That's funny
Uh,
though.
and even tattoos to their bucket list. The poll found that 47% of respondents have a new outlook on life, with 53% believing that age is just a number. You know what? I'm kind of with that. I'm kind of down with that because honestly, I don't feel 50,
No,
you
I
know?
don't.
And I mean if you remember when we were growing up, some of them 50-year-olds were looking rough.
Hmm.
And I mean, I don't think, especially if I shaved my mustache off and shit, I look like a kid still. Unless you get up on me and see my crow's feet and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the survey revealed that writing a book, taking up skiing, learning a new language, and learning to play new instruments are among the activities on seniors' bucket lists. None of that sounds fun. Learning a new language? I would like to, but then I just know it's going to be too much work.
It's use it or lose it. If you're going somewhere and you need it, but yeah, I don't know. It won't stick with you.
And writing a book, man, I took it, they put me in, I was kind of troublesome as a teenager. I got easily bored with school.
Hmm.
Okay. I picked everything up pretty quick, and it was like, then I had to wait on people to pick up the same shit. But I didn't want to go in advanced classes. So I got very, very bored. So I was a kind of a troubled kid. And they put me in this creative writing class. And the first one I hated. I went twice. And this dude wants me to write a fucking 3-page paper about a window. And I'm like, man, that's not creative. You're telling you boxed me in.
Yeah.
What's creative about that? Well, and then there was a lady that we had, and God, I cannot remember her name, but she was like, I want you to write about what you want to. Well, at the time, I was hanging around a rough crowd. So, I mean, I kind of told the story of what had happened, in a situation with us. I changed names, everything like that. And I kind of, I made the ending where uh, it didn't end up so well, except for one guy that walked away. And that lady came to me. I got an A+ on that, or no, I didn't. I got an A- on that, which was my first A in high school.
Hmm.
And she goes, "You really should take that story and expand it." She goes, "You could write a book." But that just sounds horrible.
I'd like to write a book.
What would you
Yeah.
write it about?
Oh, I don't know. I hate to say.
Your stroke?
Oh, my fiance's family. It's there's some crazy stories, and I would love to write a screenplay on it because some of the stuff is like really. I mean, some of the stuff these people have gotten themselves into and done is a riot. But I can't. I couldn't, but I have it in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would really love to. It'd be like Breaking Bad kind of um, Sons of Anarchy. I mean, it's just nuts, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
um,
I think
other,
I could do the same thing with like the people I grew up with and shit
yeah,
like that. But you don't
but they
want
would
to. Yeah.
they would all come after you and be like, dude, that's my story. You stole this, you know.
Nuh-uh. That's Willie. Didn't you read
Yeah.
it?
So, yeah.
Uh, all right. Let's go through some of these. 30 activities on the bucket list of seniors. Travel more. Number 2, retire. Make new friends. Pay off mortgage. Go to more gigs and concerts. That's such a
C-
50-year-old thing to say.
cool. See some bands again. See some live music.
Downsize my home. Master a foreign language. Overcome a fear. Move to the countryside. Yep.
Yeah.
Write a book, take up yoga, eat in a Michelin starred restaurant.
A what?
A Michelin starred restaurant.
Okay.
That's actually a thing. We'll get to that. Learn a musical instrument, move abroad, move to a different city, upsize my home, join a gym, buy my dream car, take up painting, start dating again, climb a
Hmm.
mountain, get a tattoo, choose a new career, run a marathon, learn how to ballroom dance. Dude, I would love to be able to do that in the
Re-
tuxedo and shit.
really? I
Oh,
can't
dude, I
see
would.
that being your thing.
Oh, I'd love it. Oh, it's graceful.
True.
It's like, to me, watching ballroom dancing and watching the man lead and everything like that. To me, that's art. So, do a skydive, drive on a racetrack, and try surfing.
Hmm. Drive on a racetrack. Yeah, I could see all these.
I don't know about that surfing thing. Um,
No, I'm scared of drowning in big waves and all that stuff. You can get sucked in and tumbled around and you don't know which way's up and yeah, that's scary.
Dude, let me see if I can find this story. There was a boat that was watching a scuba diver. All right, the guys on the boat realized this shark. They couldn't get to this guy quick enough. The shark came up and decapitated this guy.
Oh,
Yeah. and they watched the whole thing. I was like, nope, nope.
Hmm. Skydiving or scuba? I did skydiving once. That was like 20 something years ago.
Skydiving? Now, did you have to do the one where you were strapped on to the guy?
No, I did a static line.
Oh, okay. Don't lie, Evan. Did he?
No, I did not want to be. You could pay more, I think, to do that where you're strapped to an instructor because you get to free fall. But with mine, you go out on the wing and you're just hooked to the plane. So when you let go, it just pulls your chute, So you get to shoot your way down, but you don't get to free fall
Oh,
for
that.
not well for like 5 seconds you do, but it's so quick, and then the parachute catches you.
Yeah, Mexican diver decapitated by great white shark in fatal shark attack of 2020. First fatal shark attack of 2023.
Well, it's bound to happen one of these days.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I guess I'll look on YouTube for videos of the bottom of the because I love snorkeling.
Mm-hmm.
We did that in Destin, but
Mm-hmm.
now after seeing no, because them great whites they don't just stay up in the cold weather anymore. They kind of start migrating, you know, and they move up and down them coasts.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. I think we do got a little news, Evan. There wasn't a whole lot. Um, did we talk about the eggs last week being smuggled over the border from Mexico?
No, we were talking about the price of eggs the other day, and some minor conspiracy around it, but not about smuggling.
Um, yeah. As egg prices rise, so do seizures at the border.
Anytime you can make a buck on something, people are going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, what are they? They are selling U.S. prices. U.S. egg prices were up 60% in December, and
What's a dozen of like regular grade A large? Or,
I'm not sure, but listen to this: between October and December alone, egg and poultry seizures from across the border rose 108%.
wow.
They're moving that shit like cocaine. Although,
Secret panels of trucks stuffed with eggs.
dude, do you know how careful you got to be to,
Mm-hmm.
transport eggs?
Yeah, can we
You
find something more difficult?
no shit.
What do you got for us next?
Yeah, yeah, I kind of want to know why these egg prices are the way they are. And now it's I saw a bunch of people online looking for milk here in town
Really?
a few days ago, yeah. So I don't know if there's a shortage on milk, but like I went into the store earlier and I go early in the morning when like all the old people go, and some guy walks by me. He's got the same mustache as me, the Fu Manchu, the Hulk Hogan, if you
Do,
will.
you guys nod at each other
I,
in
I
recognition of your stash?
yeah, two great stashes. We walk by and we don't know if we're friendly or not. So got that twinkle in our eye. We kind of nod head, and I say, "Morning." He goes, "That's a nice stash, sir." I said, "Back at you," but he doesn't know. I just shaved my stash like this because all my shit on my chin turned white, like snow white, 2 months ago. Now it hasn't, like right there. I was starting to get that Wolfman Jack look,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's what happened. It wasn't really. It's not like I was watching a bunch of Hulk Hogan wrestling videos and said, you know what, it's time to bring the Hulkster back with the 8-inch pythons.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and
Okay.
uh, all right, Evan.
What's
Mil-
up?
Michigan spill. Another one. Oh no, that was last week. Never mind. It was milk.
Yeah, that was last week. There was something else I saw. No, that was from a couple years ago.
Well, here's another one. No, dump truck crashes, spills load of gravel onto car on I-76 on in Pennsylvania. Wouldn't that
Ouch.
suck?
Yeah.
Just driving down the highway, listening whoever you're listening to, and just boom, a load of cement. Yeah, a lot of people die from that shit falling off highways and shit.
Yeah.
Calls to give carp herpes after rampant breeding sees 1,000 thousands dead on beach.
What?
Dude, I have a problem with this shit. This is how you end up with diseases like coronavirus and shit like that. When you start manipulating Mother Nature, you don't get.
Hmm.
Why would you give carp herpes?
I don't know.
And then who's to say a fisherman gets a cut on his hand or something, keeps that fish, gets it, gets his blood. Now he's got carp herpes. And it's probably going to be something. Well, what, they don't have a cure for herpes, do they?
No.
So yeah, and I'm sure carp herpes is probably makes your lips real big. You ever seen a fucking carp? They got those big old lips.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sure they're working on a cure for that.
Uh, yeah, you can't do that, man. Quit fucking with my. That's why when I'm not a fan of a lot of these scientists, man. I'm really not. When you're messing with genes and you're trying to do shit that you shouldn't be doing, you
Playing
know.
God,
Yeah. And I mean,
gene editing.
and look, scientists are the ones that are responsible for some of the most mass destruction in the world. The atom bomb was
Well,
discovered
yeah.
by scientists.
It didn't happen naturally, no.
So,
It's one way to look at it.
oh, it is. It's the only way to look at it. A man crushed by telescopic urinal in central London. What is a telescopic urinal? Is it one of those that, as it fills, it kind of goes down the
Uh,
hole, or?
I don't know, but can you imagine sitting on the thing and it like telescopes up and all of a sudden you're like 10 feet off the ground? I don't know.
Carson, how old are you? Didn't Carson just turn 20?
Is he not allowed to be in here?
No, no, he's allowed to be in here. I think Carson just turned 20 or 19. Yeah, I think 20. So he doesn't remember uh, the Mayan calendar. Remember that when it was going to end?
Oh, it comes around every couple years. Is it supposed to end again or something?
Yeah,
And
he said something about a doomsday clock. And also in 1999, Carson, um, that was supposed to be the end of technology, that there was going to be a glitch on all these computers because they weren't designed to go out of the 1900s, which that is
yeah,
very weird to say.
because they only had two digits, so they didn't know to go from 99 back to 00 or what or yeah, and nothing ever happened. I knew people bought generators even. They thought like we're just going to
Yeah.
lose power for weeks or something. I'm like, come on.
Oh,
Like they can't reset it.
so, but now why we are kind of on this doomsday scenario, I do want to talk about something for a few minutes that I was reading about today that just, man, it kind of freaked me out. And it's the Adam and Eve story. And you can check it out. Make sure it's the pole theory, the Adam and Eve story, and pole shifting. Type that in, and you can read about this. But it was a 1966, a well-known engineer released a book with information. Hold on, because it just cut me off. Okay. In 1966, a well-known engineer, Chan Thomas, released a book with information that would impact everyone on Earth. But before anyone could read it, it was classified by the CIA. We have only learned of its existence a few years ago because of Freedom of Information requests. The CIA released 57 pages of the reportedly 284-page manuscript, and those pages have been, in the CIA's own words, sanitized. Why does the CIA think this book is so dangerous that they had to hide it from the public for 60 years and continue to hide most of it? It's because the man who wrote it describes the end of the world.
Oh, really?
And what he is saying, Evan, is that the poles are going to shift again. He thinks that this was, and he wasn't the only one. He had scientists backing him up. And if it was just nonsense, then I don't see why the CIA would still be, holding on to it. But what's going to happen, these poles are going to shift. Well, the Earth spins at around 1,000 miles an hour. We don't feel it because it's so big, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
It goes 1,000 miles an hour. Well, when
Okay.
these
Surface speed, okay.
right, when these poles shift, the winds and the waters are going to continue to move. They're going to move with the shift. The land mass is going to stay at the same places, so you're going to get these catastrophic winds. You're going to have what the oceans are going to come in and pretty much take over the land.
Ooh.
The thin places of the earth will break in half and will spit lava. And they think this happens every couple 100,000 years. And in 1966, this man said we're 6,000 years overdue. Dude, it makes sense.
I don't know.
If the poles shift at all, it's going to change the weather.
Wait a minute. Don't the poles shift every? Haven't they shifted before?
Yes, and they continue to shift. And
Right.
also, the continents move. That's what earthquakes and shit. You have plates moving and rubbing
Gotcha.
together. I mean, we've learned all this shit in science class.
Right.
So land masses move. That's how Hawaii was built. It came up from the ocean. But a lot of that shit makes sense. But then it kills a lot of theories. It kills the asteroid theory. It I don't know. But think of how much shit is so far underground, dude. Like it was buried in water and mud for hundreds of years, and then boom, the plates start moving again. Land. So I don't know, man. It's something that gets you thinking. It is something that gets you thinking.
How much time do we have?
Yeah. Because I mean, and well, that's one thing. See, that this one guy, what does this have to do with science? It reads like Nostradamus. Yeah, I could see that, but you know, they're kind of guessing with this global warming shit.
Guessing.
Yeah, because I mean, they're guessing what to do because nothing they have done has fucking worked. Because if you're 50 years old, we've been dealing with this shit, except at one time it's called climate change now, but it was global cooling at first, then global warming, then, you know, when they had a couple years where the temperature didn't rise, then they had to go to climate change.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
I watched John Kerry's speech of the World Economic Forum this month, and the people running the world, they're about to get serious on climate change.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, they're really about to get started. I
Yeah.
mean, crank it up.
They already have.
Yeah. So we can expect to pay for that some more.
Yeah, well, and we are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. I mean, everything that has been put in place, of stuff that the solar, all these windmills and everything, we're finding out, they're not really as reliable as we thought. And, you know, places like Germany, you won't hear it, but they're going back to, they opened up one of their coal plants they shut down because they can't keep up with it. And, you know, you talk about these batteries and everything. Nobody's thinking about the lithium that has to be dug out of the earth and the platinum and all that. What do you think's going to mine that? Where's all that pollution from that mining going to go?
No, they're not. They're not thinking about things on that scale.
No, yeah, and you know, nothing's proven. You know, so I don't know.
Don't get rid of all your internal combustion engines. You know.
No.
Don't. I'm not going to have a fleet of electric cars anytime soon. I'm not going to rely on that. That's for sure. And that's what they want now in California. What's the deal? They just banned gas stoves.
Yeah.
See, that's...
And look at the people leaving California. In
nonsense.
Droves. And I mean, these politicians just keep pushing. Dude, I swear. I mean, I know I'm getting ready to start a new job in the morning. Man, this isn't something that I plan on staying at like forever. My plan is to get the fuck out of this state. I ain't lying, dude. I mean, you know, with as hard as I've worked and everything, that to not have a nest egg already saved up because they just keep taxing us and you know. And right now, here gas goes again. We're you know, getting ready to hit 350 again.
Lovely.
So, anyway, now I just pissed myself off. Anyway, Bozo Criminal of the Day from our buddy Dave Moreland at www.bozocriminal.com. And this one is today comes from Texas, Evan, where a game warden was checking a couple of fishermen's licenses. Our Bozo didn't have one, and he also has some outstanding warrants, so he decided to give the cop the name of his buddy, who he thought had a clean record.
Oh, no.
He was wrong when the officer ran the fake name. He discovered that this Bozo also had outstanding warrants. Bozo number 1 was arrested, and when he was being booked, decided to come clean about his real identity. He was booked under his real name with his own warrants. And, you can add lying to an officer to his list of charges.
Nice job.
That's why you got to hang around with good people.
Yeah.
In case you get in a jam like that where you got to use a buddy's name. And make sure he looks like you. You know, a good buddy of mine from that I grew up with uh, sent me a message today, and we were talking a little bit, and he moved out to Denver. I was like, man, I couldn't imagine using his name, and then they come back. Yeah, 6'2", 285.
Wanted for child molestation.
Oh man, that would be fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Oh damn, we got like 5 minutes. So I did want to touch on this one too, because we did this story, and I thought they passed a law in this Dutch town, because somebody put a treasure map online where this Nazi gold was buried.
Uh-huh.
So a Dutch town had to ask people to stop trying to dig for looted Nazi jewelry in their backyard. People would wake up in the morning and see some dude with a metal detector out digging up their yard and shit.
The guy go in every night and change the map to somewhere different.
Researchers released a 1944 map with a marking appearing to show where the jewelry was buried. People with metal detectors and shovels were met with the threat of old landmines instead.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know, there's still a part of like France. It's called the red zone. That there's like, here, let me pull that up. Because I don't want to talk no shit and be wrong.
Huh. Fact checker's gonna get you.
It's called the France red zone.
Hmm.
The Zone Rogue or Red Zone is a no man's land in northeastern France that was so damaged by the fighting World War One it was deemed unfit, and still to this day has an estimated 1,400 landmines still buried.
Wow.
They need to send all them dudes with them metal detectors out there. Find those.
Good luck.
That's
I'll
what.
give you a quarter for every one you find.
Man, wouldn't that be cool to like make a prison on that, and like anybody that killed somebody, they automatically go to that, and
They
they
had to make it through it.
yeah, you give them clues, you give them little maps on where to dig and everything for survival needs, and if you dig in the wrong spot, hit that landmine, boom. Man, I'm gonna pitch NBC on that.
Yeah, good luck.
So yeah, I think that's all I got. And on this day in 1595, Evan, William Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet is thought to have first been performed.
Wow. Good fact.
And I think that's it. That's all I got. You got anything?
Not really. No.
Tom Selleck, 78 years old. Oh, Oprah's 69. Hey, girl.
Really?
Yeah. Remember that
Wow.
Dave Chappelle show? That skit with Oprah when he got Oprah pregnant?
He came out looking like Stedman.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I still one of the funniest shows, I think, was old Dave Chappelle. Where are we at? Oh, shit. We're about at 45 minutes, ain't we, Evan?
Yeah, it's about that.
Well, it is time. So look, AlfromDtown&Chili442 is, I don't know what happened.
What do you mean it's not there anymore?
Nope. And it took so I actually sent my information, and they just took a payment out. I just paid for 2 years of it. So I sent them the credit card receipt, and everything like that. And they said somebody would get back with me tomorrow. So right now it's down.
So we still got YouTube.
Yeah, we got YouTube, we got Facebook. So, and I might not put up Out from D-Town until I get everything done with it that I want to. Because I don't like having something that's kind of incomplete. That bothers me. That bothers my ADHD.
No kidding.
Yeah, it does. I hate shit that's half done and, stuff like that. So,
all right.
Anyway, gang, I think that's going to do it.
All right.
We will see you next Sunday, 7 p.m. We're going to go ahead, record Chili After Dark. You can catch that on YouTube. Oh, one thing about the YouTube. Remember when I couldn't get them to change the @ because the name of the page was Out from D-Town, but I couldn't get them to change my email and everything. So it was at an old email with pit bulls in the name. So I've been trying to get a hold of them. They finally got a hold of me. I even got a call from customer support. And they said, oh, we can fix that. So now you can go to YouTube and just type in Out from D-Town. And you should be subscribed and all that bullshit anyway. And if you're not living your life right.
That's true.
Jesus is looking down on you and he's saying, quit touching yourself and subscribe to AlfromDtown&Chili442's YouTube page.
Yeah.
Because that's the stuff that really matters in life.
Yeah. and then get back to touching yourself because, that's probably better than you having kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, gang, we will catch you Wednesday for an episode of The List. Evan, you got any ideas on this week's list?
I have an idea, but I don't know if I can find it.
Uh-oh.
But I've got kind of an idea to start.
Oh, did I give you the task of picking a list?
No.
Yeah, I did. You're lying. I'm making him pick the list, making him watch the Super Bowl. Man,
this is crazy.
I know. I'd call
it's like a full-time job.
Department of Labor on me. Anyway, gang, we will catch you Wednesday. Peace. We love you. Be good to one another.
Word.
In live video. Stop streaming. All right, Evan.
All right.
Have me a cigarette. That's going to say, I start this new job tomorrow, and it's inside a warehouse. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm only going to be able to smoke a couple cigarettes. But that's good.
What's their policy on that?
Designated smoking areas. So, and that's okay. I don't smoke a lot anyway. I roll my own.
You don't still do the vape pen?
No, you can't do that in there.
Oh, okay. That's pretty easy to conceal, but,
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And with, this being shipping and stuff like that and loading and unloading trucks, I'm pretty sure there's cameras everywhere. Mm. So I'll have to be careful, like, lighting farts and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
Can't get away with what you used to.
Let me tell you something. Friday. I should have told this No, this is great because this will give Chili After Dark a little spice, if you will. So Thursday night, it was kind of late. I decided to cook some wings. I cooked them wings. I had my interview, my orientation where I had to watch all them videos and everything. I had that at 1:00. So I wake up, I'm like, all right, my stomach ain't that bad. So I open the fridge, Didn't have no eggs. Didn't have really anything to eat for breakfast. So I sit there and I looked at those wings, and there's about half dozen there. So I just threw the whole thing in the microwave, warmed them up, ate those wings for breakfast. I went out and I did a little DoorDash for a little bit. Uh, I end up going this interview, and everything's going okay, and I'm a little nervous. First time I've been in an interview in 17 years, And when I interviewed for that IV container job, it was pretty much going out and talking to him while he was working on a garbage truck. So it was kind of like laid back. Well, now here it is. I'm in a button up shirt. So my stomach kind of starts rumbling. Well, and she's like, well, go in here. And she goes, we'll put you in this computer room. So I thought I was in a room by myself.
Oh, no.
Dude, I let one go. I just let it go, dude. I was like, man, it was pressure. I'm sitting there watching this sexual harassment video. I just fucking let it go. It stunk so fucking bad. And on my deceased mom's grave, it wasn't 30 seconds after I smelled that she brings some other dude in, and they came in. She goes, well, we'll go in this other room.
Yeah. Just come back later. In there peeling the paint.
So, yeah. This
Ah,
right
nice job.
that story right there is well worth the coming in and watching the Chili After Dark.
No doubt.
And a very true story. I wish it wasn't. I just really wish it wasn't true. Because I thought, man, she's got this door shut. I'm going to be in here because it was, hell, that one video was like 47 minutes long. And I had a whole list of them to go through. Luckily, like towards the end, when you got to clicking on the list, it was just yes or no questions. So, but I didn't know that. I was like, oh my God, is this going to be just video after video? Which I got a feeling that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Because they're big into the OSHA thing, and then I got to be certified. Aw, damn it. Hold on, folks. We lost Chili. See if we can get him back. Uh-oh. Oh. I just hung up on him. AlfromDtown&Chili442. Damn. Well, folks. Oh, here he goes.
All right, we back.
All right, what's up, homie?
Well, I don't know. Lost you.
I know. And then we tried to call each other. I was trying to call you, and then I hit the hang up button, and then you were calling at the same time, so it hung up on you.
It wouldn't let me answer for some reason. It wouldn't let me answer.
Man, I don't know. It's a train wreck when we get together, but we have fun doing it.
Yeah. So anyway, you were saying.
I said that's probably what my day will be tomorrow, is watching a bunch of videos and shit, because they're real big on OSHA and all that. So Yeah,
I'm trying not to stink up the place.
I know I'm not going to eat any. And I sure did buy chicken wings today, and I was like, nah, I better wait a couple days before I unleash the fury on my new coworkers.
Mm.
I don't know why, man. For a little guy, oh man,
Put
I
away some wings.
yeah, well, I don't know what it is, and the stuff that makes me stink the worst, I love, like Brussels sprouts. Man, I can peel paint off a bathroom door, the inside and outside.
You know, your body chemistry must change because for years and years, I would never put mayonnaise on a sandwich because of that reason. What it did inside my body, it turned into some, toxic. But lately, I've been putting mayonnaise on a sandwich. I thought I'd try it again, and no problem. So maybe your body just chemistry changes over time.
I
I have no idea.
I think it can. I think it can because I tell you what, I had a buddy that ate seafood all in his 20s and 30s. He hit his 40s, man. He went out and had like a red lobster. Fuck, he ended up like falling on the floor, puffed all up. He's got a shellfish. He's allergic to shellfish now.
That's weird. Most people are just born with it or not. My dad and and one of my sisters are that way. They can't have any fish at all.
Man, I tell you what, and that I understand. What I don't understand is people, and I got a story for you, but I worked at Carlos O'Kelly's, and at the time, um, I was going through my first divorce, and well, I've only had one. So anyway, I was going through a divorce with my first marriage, and it didn't even last a year. I think I'd moved out after 7 months. I was like, yeah, fuck this. We didn't know each other. We got married way too young into the relationship. I think we'd been together maybe 4 months and got engaged. And it was like we were getting to know each other why we were married,
Mm-hmm.
and that didn't work out.
No.
So I don't recommend that. Go, live together. Do all that shit before you fucking get married. So anyway, I was getting an apartment, but it was like I think it was like 60 days out, so 2 months, and I did not want to live there. My grandma, she goes, Alan, she goes, I got 2 rooms here. She goes, just move your stuff in here until you get your apartment. And I was like, bet. So at the time, I was working 2 jobs. I was painting during the day, and at night, I was a cook at Carlos O'Kelly's. Well, I'd always make me like I'd bring home one of their buns because they had the long like hoagie rolls, and then I'd cook me a couple of the steaks that we made fajitas with, and then I'd do the shrimp, and I'd make me a steak and shrimp hoagie. But like I could not make it. They finally came at the restaurant because everybody was wanting one, and like the GM got pissed and was like, "You can't make that. It's not on." Because I'm back there making my own shit. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, or she's like, you can't do that. If it's not on the menu, it can't be made in this kitchen. I'm like, all right. So I'd just take everything home and make it at home. Well, I woke up one day and grandma's like, hey, she goes, I don't know what's on that plate, but she goes, I love that. And I'm like, so I went in and looked. Grandma ate all my damn shrimp. Grandma had sworn up and down at what was I, 24, 25 years old, so the last 20 years that I have remembered this lady, she would not eat a piece of fish, a piece of seafood. She always told everybody, I hated it. I hate seafood. I hate seafood. And then like when she moved into her assistant living apartment, hell, I was going and getting us Red Lobster. and shit like
Mm.
that. And it was like, yeah. So
Yeah, my dad and sister can eat shrimp and lobster, but they can't eat regular fish.
that's weird. It's usually the other way around.
Right. I have a cousin that way. It's the exact opposite. Interesting the way it works.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Man, I don't know if you took a look. Have you seen our numbers lately?
I wouldn't really know. I don't pay. I
Jesus.
imagine we have about 30 listeners, maybe, and that just keeps me from getting nervous doing a show, and I'm just cool with that.
Okay, okay. Well, then I won't tell you what last Wednesday or not last Wednesday, the one with the. Well, I can tell you that one. That's an old one. The top when we did the list for the top 50 fast food restaurants,
Uh huh.
158 views. Just
Oh,
on
interesting.
yeah, just on Facebook.
That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, so those were people that went, and I think we had maybe 28 live that night. So that came in and listened to the live and everything, and then the rest of those were clicks. So
Hmm.
man, hey, we appreciate you guys for doing that,
Yeah.
man. Because we did, I thought maybe 50, 50, 60. I'd been happy with that. So
Yeah, it's hard to say because I think of like videos that I'll click on and then I'm like, oh, I'll back out really quick, and I'm like, I didn't watch that. Does Facebook count that as a view? And so I'm just like, I always just figure it's really a hard thing to get a handle on how many people are actually watching and for what length of time.
well, now I do know one thing. Like if I go and watch it, it will count as one view. But if I go back and watch it, it doesn't count for another view.
Okay, good.
So if you go back and watch, like if you stop it and restart it and shit, it still only counts that as one view,
Okay.
which, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, well, we kind of talked last week. Did I tell you about the guy that I got a bad review on from DoorDash?
No, it's
Okay.
been perfect this
Yes.
whole time, I thought.
Yep. I was at a 5.0. Let me pull my two things happened. I'm still I guess a Door Dasher. But my ratings, okay. I went from a 5 to a 4.67. For one
Wow.
guy, he gave me a 3-star review. He said I did not follow delivery and directions, and my order handling skills were bad. Well, let me tell you what happened. I get an address, and it takes me to the front of a professional building. Okay, no lights on, not a light on. All right, it's 4:30 in the morning. Still dark out. I drive to the back of this professional building. It's all lit up. There's a door there with a light on. So I put it under the underhang because it was raining. And I took a picture of it and left it. Well, that is exactly the directions that I got from DoorDash. All right. Well, this guy said I was on the wrong street. Well, it was with the Salvation Army. And they have bought the building behind him that is on Wood Street.
Hmm.
Well, that's where he was. But the other one took me on Main Street.
Right.
Not my fault. Not my fault. How did I know? So anyway, that guy gave me a bad rating. That day, I happened to look in the back of my truck, and I had a thing of bright neon yellow sticky notes and a Sharpie marker. And I just started writing shit on them and slapping it on the bags. Have a great day. You know, Alan,
Hmm.
little smiley face. Dude, right now I am sitting at 28 5-star ratings one 4-star, and one 3-star.
Nice.
I am at 4.85 out of 5. My acceptance rate is still 100%. My completion rate is 100%. And my on time or early deliveries for the last 100 deliveries completed is 94.59%.
Dang.
And the only one I was late on was in a doctor's office. And it was my fault because I didn't hit complete delivery until I got back out to the ride. So, but I enjoy doing that, dude. And I on my 5-star, read you one of the reviews I got. I was kind of happy about this. Let me go back up to the customer rating, customer feedback. It was 4:45. Alan had a smile and greeted me with a good morning and have a great day. If more people were like Alan, the world would be a better place. I agree.
That's cool.
So, yeah, and I got 3 gold bags for going, what's that say? Above and beyond. Number of times customers thought you went above and beyond. I got 3 gold bags.
Sweet.
That's how I do it, though, Evan. That's how I do everything I do. I got to try to be the fucking best. And you know what? That's kind of a bad thing. Because I kind of feel like I disappoint myself sometimes. You know, I put such a high bar on me, but I don't know. It
I understand
works.
that.
It works so.
Yeah, I understand that. I completely understand that. I do that with myself sometimes, and yeah, it's frustrating, and you create a standard for some things, and then it just drives you nuts. And
It's like right now. All right, I got all my bills paid except my rent. I'm gonna be late on my rent. Okay, and that's killing me because I don't want to be late on bills. I got the money coming in. It's just going to be a few days, later than when my rent's due. So it's like, and I've talked to him and everything, but still in my head, I've let myself down. That I put myself into a hole, even though it's not my fault. I mean, some people would say, yeah, it is. You could have signed with that company, and no, I couldn't have, because I wouldn't have been happy, and man, that's the main thing with me now, and look, I'm not starting off. I'm losing money starting this job, but I got to start somewhere, and I am. I'm going to go in. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to listen to what they tell me. I'm going to take everything. They're going to certify me for a lot of shit. And I'm going to take them certifications. And, eventually I'm going to be of value to that company. And then we can talk, hey, I'm going to need a little bit more Skrilla. Forilla.
Yeah. No more cheddar.
Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Dollar bill, y'all. Did you ever watch that show on HBO, Eastbound and Down?
I watched some of it, yeah.
Oh my!
I think
the
maybe first season or two.
Yeah, the first couple are the best, and then it kind of gets out there. But I love that dude. Dollar. He was talking to them kids. Went in for like career day. It doesn't matter about that. It's all about the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Sweet.
Evan, so what, you got anything or?
No, I've been pretty quiet here. I've just been watching what's going on in the world on the news and watching what's going on in Memphis. I'm like, what the hell?
Dude, that pisses me. You know what? I'm going to tell you what pisses me off about that. And I think the media started feeling it because I wasn't the only one that said something on social media about it. A lot of other people did too. That
Mhm.
why isn't this all over? It was on cable news, but why isn't this all over like George Floyd was?
Yeah.
Because
No,
I'm
it's
I'm sorry that and that I don't advise anybody to watch the unedited version of that video because I felt physically ill after I
not just the
watched it.
beating him, but the whole actions afterward. They keep propping him up against the car, and the dude keeps falling over. And oh, he's actor strange. I think he's on something. You get knocked upside the head, it's people gonna think you're on something.
Yeah, and
And
those were big old boys hitting on that kid.
no reason, just
Yeah,
no reason.
and
This is
no,
yeah. It makes me wonder. Right now, there's in Wisconsin. I think there's going to be something brewing where the police took a guy in custody. There was somebody who called. It was right off an exit ramp. Called 911 and said, so everything okay? We saw the police out in this field. It looked like they had somebody down and everything. Well, the police took somebody into custody. They don't have him anymore, and they're not talking.
oh no,
Yeah, and this woman is there's numerous like her calling in the police station, and you hear them in the background like we don't know what do we tell her. She's called multiple times, and it there's something weird, and I'm wondering if it's going to poke through or if they're going to keep this under wraps. There's so much of this. I mean, 3 people a day are killed by a police officer. I
yeah,
mean, how many times do we really hear about it?
yeah. I think it's more than that.
It's something like that.
Well, look. I mean, if you just look at the statistics, more white people are killed by police every year than any other person. I know
Oh,
people
that's
don't
true.
want to
Yeah.
hear that, but that's actually the FBI statistics. So we're not even hearing about those. We only
Right.
hear we only hear about it if it fits an agenda. And,
Mm-hmm.
but I I think a lot of people, and with social media and everything, and that's why we got to be careful. And I know they want to tell you about misinformation and all that bullshit. No, they don't care about that. What they care about is making sure that you don't get all the information.
They want you to the one that was most disturbing to me, and I'm not being glorious over him. The Kyle Rittenhouse,
Yeah,
how that was skewed so
yeah.
fast in the media, how this dude was painted as this white supremacist and all this other stuff, and it's like he didn't. And he, this had nothing to do with black people or anything. How they twisted that whole story up, and so many people just didn't have a clue, and they were making a call about it. It's like, no, you need to really watch watch what happened. And
Well,
yeah, our
look,
our
it's
media is horrible.
yeah, and it's like CNN did it again. They're sitting out in front of a riot that happened in Atlanta over some Antifa asshole coming out and shooting at an officer, and then they shoot and kill the guy. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, you don't riot over that. If that guy, if it, unless it's proven that the police just shot him, shot an unarmed man for no reason, but it's
Mm.
not. It's on camera. This guy coming and shooting at police. Well, sorry, you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
And now look, that kid in Memphis, he didn't deserve none of that. I don't care if he was driving recklessly.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
No.
The police chief has said he reviewed all the cameras, and there's no evidence that the dude was driving erratic anywhere. They have no sign of that.
But here's the thing that I think people um, forget about: the police are part of the government. We have let the government get too far without citizens' checks and balances. And look at all these top politicians and shit keeping, you know, all these documents and shit that they shouldn't be keeping. And I mean, nobody is playing by the rules anymore, and nobody's keep holding them accountable. They got us fighting over stupid shit,
Yeah.
on transgendered rights or gay right. Guess what? I don't give a fuck what you do in your bedroom. In fact, I don't want to know about it. I don't go to my straight friends, hey, how was it last night? Take her to Pound Town?
Why do we need to discuss it? We
We
don't.
don't. Nobody needs to. Nobody gives a fuck.
It's true.
The only thing that bothers me is I don't think you take that shit to our young kids. That's up to the parents. You
I
know,
agree.
and with this shit and with their just the TikToks and these little reels and everything is just so sexualized towards kids and shit. It's actually fucking disgusting.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry. I saw some like what was it, like kindergarten or teacher or first grade or something, and the lady is a lesbian. That's fine. You don't have to go and sit there and teach that shit to first graders. In
Yeah,
fact,
I don't. There's no reason for
in
it.
fact, your ass should be in jail. Because if I just went into a school and started talking to first and second graders about sex, guess where my ass would be? In fucking jail.
that's, that's a call.
I- y- this fucking activism shit has it's gone too far to where you're getting stupid with some of this shit.
The things that were never a problem. I don't remember this being an issue when we were kids, like bathrooms and everything else. And now all of a sudden everything's an issue. It's like, where are we going?
And this racist thing that came back. Here's what I want to say about that. Everybody's talking, oh, the U.S. is so racist. Is it? Is it? Because I'm sorry, my generation, I don't remember going to an all white school. I went to school with everybody. I
Oh
lived,
yeah.
so I mean,
Now
and,
we're from Decatur, and Decatur is. I was talking about this last night. It's like I never really put a whole lot of thought. We were talking about racism because we've been watching a lot of stuff lately, and I'm like, I never really put that much thought into black people because Decatur was 30 to 40%. I mean, it's what I grew up with. I never really thought about it, and the racism in this country, I thought my whole life has gotten better until now. I'm watching some stuff. Maybe it's all these TikTok videos, but people are going nuts on
yeah,
other
yeah.
people in public, and I'm like, wow, what is these people's problem? I've never seen this in my life, and I'm seeing it all the time.
Oh, and
You
then
know, the
if you,
people flipping and calling names and this and that at
yeah,
stores, and I'm like, I've never seen this before.
and then if you try to put some truth behind it, you're a bigot or you're a racist. Because I got kind of got into it with a guy on Facebook, and I was like, I was like, there's been a lot of slaves throughout history. I was like, even white people were slaves for a while, and he did not like that. He's like, well, we're not talking about, Asians and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, yeah, we are. Because there's still slavery going on today in Africa. What if slavery's such a bad thing? Why aren't we as a group of nations? Why aren't we getting rid of that?
I don't know.
Slavery's been around since the beginning of civilization.
We don't get involved unless there's oil or something or some kind of
Man,
major resource.
you ain't fucking lying. We don't give a shit about anybody unless there's something. And that's like this Ukraine thing. Don't think we're just in there because we're worried about Russia.
Mm-mm.
And I like to flip that shit on that Ukraine shit. What would we do right now if NATO put a bunch of fucking missiles in Mexico? pointing right at us. That's why Russia's in Ukraine.
Yeah. Get interesting.
So I'm not saying they should be either. I don't. But I don't know the full politics of it, and neither does any of us.
Right.
None of
That's
us
why I've
know.
kept quiet about it.
We really don't know the politics about it. We know what the media says.
Yeah, but our
But
media's theater.
we have had so many. You can go and watch on YouTube how many times the media's been wrong. Or the thing that I like is the one where they go to like 1,000 different media outlets, and it's all the exact same story told the exact same way, and they overlay it over each other, and it's
Mm-hmm.
fucking creepy. It is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But and then you got people that, can I say one thing? And this is from the bottom of my heart, and it's not sexist. I love women. I have nothing but respect for women. I was raised by my grandmother and my mother, both of them. I'd have laid my life down if they could have lived 5 more years. Can we get rid of the fucking View? That
I
Joy,
never watched it.
that Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg. I laid down. I do the DoorDash. I was doing it early in the morning. I'd grab like the 3:30 a.m. shift and do that for till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'd come back to the place and take me a nap, and then when I woke up, that was on. So I'd sit there and just listen to them. You talk about two people. We have more content than that fucking show. It is
Is
horrendous.
I always wonder what they talk about. Is it angry as people make it out to sound, or is
Yeah,
it they just
yeah,
talk about fluff stuff?
yeah. No, it's hateful shit. They're just anti-Republican.
Well,
They
yeah,
yeah,
that's all your media, but
yeah. Well, I mean, they have an agenda and they push it, and they don't care who knows it.
no, that's general media. I've learned to expect these days, you know.
But
But on the other hand, the Republicans are pretty nuts right now too.
yeah,
So I
they're
mean,
all.
it's
Look, man, it's both sides of the same bird.
yeah,
It's the
I know.
right wing, the left wing, and a big fucking turd in the middle. And we keep voting these same people in, and all we've done is created a bunch of millionaires that are just making hand over fist over our with our money.
hmm Deciding what's best for us.
Yeah. So
Yeah, biggest scam.
damn it, we're an hour and 25 in.
Damn near.
uh Guys, we're sorry. We usually don't get this serious, but that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
But
I enjoyed it.
yeah. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, call it a night. I need to and get to bed early. First big day tomorrow.
Yeah, you want to be well rested.
Yeah, see how that goes. Anyway, guys, Chili, tell them bye.
All right. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Man,
Stay warm.
we love you guys. Peace. Be good to one another.
Later.
Peace.